We have a very interesting video today because we're going to be going back to our worst takes that we've ever said on camera, and we're going to be reacting to them and seeing if our opinions have changed over time. Before we get started, though, let us know down in the comments, what do you think is our worst take? It could be a collective one. It could be Ant's worst take, mine, whatever you guys have. But the first one that we chose, the most requested one by far.
Yeah, this one was crazy.
Is Ant saying that Stop Breathing is the worst song on Whole Lotta Red. Let's listen to this again.
Stop breathing, bro. I'm not a fan.
No,
I'm not a fan of Stop
bro,
Breathing.
Jump Out the House is way worse. Bro. He's literally repeating, jump out the house, jump out the house.
But you didn't seem to disagree with me that much within the recording itself.
Stop Breathing. No, it's not as bad.
Well, I mean, yeah, I definitely find it's as bad, bro. You could definitely put that song on and get a fucking headache, bro. I swear to God.
You could put the song on and get a fucking headache.
And I still
really?
do get headaches. Absolutely.
Bro,
no, I mean,
you're a Metallica fan and a fan of like some metal music, so
I love metal music, absolutely.
when Carti goes aggressive, there's a problem.
It's just not for me. No, and we even said in a review how we felt like it wasn't done well. I also think that when you have to look at the album, for me, my personal opinion, it is the worst. But I mean, man, I got fucking dragged through the mud for this one, bro.
Bro, yes, deservingly so, because you have songs like Jump Out the House on here. You have On That Time, Punk Monk, Teen X.
I got death threats for this, actually. There's actually...
Bro, Reddit, was on your ass.
I got death threats for this, absolutely. Well, listen, shout out to
you
the
stand by it. Like, you feel the same way you did.
Absolutely. And they could send me more fucking death threats. Stop Breathing is still the worst.
The beat is hard as fuck. The dark and abrasive energy, bro. The explosive bass. It just sets up the perfect dynamic for that, like... that manic Playboi Carti. And think about it this way too. It was the first time you ever heard him like this, because Die Lit and Self-Titled didn't have it. Stop Breathing is like the second or third track on the album.
I think that's why it probably added to the opinion, to be honest with you. I just don't like it. I'm going to be completely honest with you.
One of his best rap verses too, to me. Bro. Him rapping about like wanting to get revenge for the guy that killed...
Are you scared of the Carti fans? Like, are you sure they're going to come after him?
It's not one of the best songs in the album, but I appreciate it for what it is.
It's one of the best rapping performances in his career, so it has to be.
Bro.
Watch your statements. I'm just telling you.
Carti like that anywhere else, in my opinion. Like it was a big point in his evolution. That's all I'm saying.
You think Stop Breathing is one of the best rapping performances by Playboi Carti in his career?
It's up there in terms of how diverse it is. The anger that's being projected, bro. Him dissing his op, like it was crazy.
Because I didn't even think anything of the take when I had said it. I mean,
anyways,
hold up, because I wanted like it was a funny, it was funny, bro. Like we were going through, I was going through those Reddit comments, bro, and like these kids are passionate about this song. Like they're passionate. It's like low-key their national anthem. We
heard this live, bro. You know the effect it has. You know?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, maybe in a live setting it's better but for an album experience, absolutely, I think it's one of the worst.
I think you were off the shits that day. I'm not gonna lie to you.
No, why?
And it's still maybe hard.
Bro, there was some kids that said, "I wish that fat fuck dies." I swear to God, it was
that's fucked up, man.
but
that's too much.
No. I appreciate the passion though, because when I was a kid, like. I got my karma back. That's all I gotta say.
Oh, you were deep into the comment sections?
Oh, for sure. For hockey and stuff, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I was that, and I like that type of passion, though. I get it. Yeah. It's their favorite artist. So.
But next up, we have a take that we both had, and it's that Drake doesn't have a bad album.
Yeah,
let's play this one.
Yeah. Because a lot of people have different conversations with Drake's discography. I genuinely don't think that Drake's ever dropped a bad album. Everything has quality in it. And, I mean, even at that, looking at, nothing was...
All right. So, I mean, listen, I agree with you on this, but I could see why some people think that he has bad albums. But, like, to be honest with you, like... everyone takes every opportunity to call us like Drake meat riders. You know what I mean? They say, the Canadian bias comes into place. Oh, they're talking as if they're related to Drake. Like, guys... please chill out. It's not everybody, but like...
you seem a bit hurt by that.
I'm not hurt by it, but it's just the fact that it's like... there's nothing biased going into this. Even looking at CLB, which, let's say...
we rated it a score, though?
I would maybe go down to mid.
I'm not even gonna... Bro, I'm a big Drake fan. Like, yeah, maybe there is a certain bias just because I fuck with his music so hard. Like, I really do fuck with his music. But I'm not afraid to say, let's say Search and Rescue is a mid-fucking song. Like, I do think, like, he has bad songs. But even, okay, let's go through it. I don't think... honestly, Nevermind's not a bad album. I'm sorry. I'll stick by it. You could say that
it's a mid album to me. It's a mid.
Okay, it's still not a bad album. Even looking at CLB, you have songs in there like Champagne Poetry, like A Love All, Race My Mind,
you have Fountain. Yeah, that's why you have a good mix of like the great R&B cuts with the pipe downs and with the Race My Minds.
I do agree that there's
3-verse spectacles like Champagne Poetry. Like there's quality in that track.
But the thing is that there is a bit of filler within it, and like I do have those songs that I don't.
10 songs out of 21. That's what I take out of it. That's middle range.
Scorpion's nowhere near a bad album. Get out of my face with that take. Absolutely not. More Life. Okay, nothing was the same. Take Care. If you're reading this, it's too late. Where do you want to go? You guys let me know.
I don't know.
Where do you want
That's
to go
the
with
thing
this?
is that, again, I think that Drake has those mid albums. I think he has, like, even looking at like 2021 as a whole, I think CLB is one of the weakest like mainstream rap albums of that year, but it's not a bad album. It's not.
And he'll never release a bad album. He has a certain
I
standard
hope
of
not.
quality.
I hope not, because up to this
No.
point, he hasn't, bro.
He hasn't. He hasn't dropped a bad album, and I'll fucking die on that
So
hill. if I
call
have
us
to.
me riders, guys, but that's just our take. It's our personal opinion. And we love you. Even everyone that calls us the me riders, it's all in
Tell
good
you
jokes.
have to embrace the animosity.
Of course,
the
it's
people.
hilarious, bro.
You have to, like, when people drag you, it means that they care, and it means that they're
Absolutely.
passionate.
Okay, the next take though that we're gonna bring in for this one is gonna be the fact that we called "Business Is Business" a great album, and we put it over "A Gift and a Curse" by Gunna. Let's check this one out. Thoughts, but it's interesting to see how many people were gravitating more towards the Gunna album, for instance, comparison to this, which to me, they're like leaps and bounds.
It's always, but that's the funny part about music. That's what I like about music is that it's always polarizing, and then that's what makes the conversation. But let's actually get into the production
Absolutely.
here. So I mean, listen, this obviously asserts some controversy amongst our community because people ended up loving the new Gunna album. We thought it was mid. We thought it was flat, and we didn't think it hit as hard as maybe you guys did. But then when it came to the Young Thug album, we were fucking buzzing, and we absolutely loved it. And you guys seemed to think it was trash. So. Listen, at the end of the day, it's always the screaming back and forth thing. Oh, this is better, or that's better. But I'm still on that hill. I still think Business Is Business is a much better album.
I think Thug's performances are way more animated and dynamic. And even looking at like having Metro Boomin at the helm of production, I mean, the beat switches, the vocal samples, it's just way more exciting as a soundscape. And there's not a single beat to me on A Gift and a Curse that fucks with a Jonesboro or a Hellcat Kenny. And everyone's praising Fuck You Mean, like the song with the yeah.
Yeah,
and it's like, oh really? That's the one that you're fucking backing. Like,
will say
I don't
this,
know.
Back to the Moon is a banger. Back to the
That's
Moon.
the
is a
one song.
Cash Shit is a banger. That's a banger. too.
Rodeo Drive is okay as well, but
You have 3 to 4 songs that you take out of it, but it's not stacking up to this Young Thug track list. He's a lot more dynamic than Gunna is. The production is much better. The lack of features on A Gift and a Curse, everyone's, oh, well, he carried it and went number 1 himself. I don't care if he was by himself. I don't care if he was with fucking, I don't know, whoever the fuck it is. It doesn't make sense to me. I'm still on that Young Thug hill. We'll stay there.
Absolutely.
But shout out to everyone that's like
I
this
think
Gunna
that
album.
like people like not everyone, but some people like to root for Gunna because he's the underdog in the whole scenario and whatever else. And
that's fine, but not in front of the music.
It's what it is. Yeah,
it's not in front of the music.
Musically speaking, I mean, even the whole argument of Thug got carried by the features, I disagree with that. He really held his own. Even on a song like Parade on Cleveland, like that last verse was hard as fuck. Even though the mixing wasn't phenomenal, maybe because it was recorded from jail. I don't know, but. Business Is Business is a great album, whereas Gunna's album is just lower tier for me.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. But the next take that we have, another hot one that I still can't fathom that you had, honestly, never mind being better than Let's Start Here by Lil Yachty. Let's get over into this one.
My argument for Let's Start Here being less than, let's say, what Drake did, honestly, never mind, was that he literally took a backseat to the production and every single feature on Let's Start Here.
That was the beauty of...
That was something we said in the review.
To be the
How was that the
centerpiece,
beauty
bro.
of the
Because
album?
you're getting beautiful synths, bro. You're getting beautiful strings. You're getting an experience.
It's a Lil Yachty album. It's not the producer's album. He has to be able to perform on his own album.
And he does perform on his own album. Yeah, I'm still not understanding how you can feel confident in having that opinion. Because the thing is that you sort of said how like a lot of the low points in Let's Start Here aren't as low as the lowest points in Honestly Never Mind. But I feel like that whole argument, even of like the production carrying, you have like a song like Tie That Binds that's totally carried by those like Carlos Santana-esque strings. Same thing with like the beat switch carrying Calling My Name. Like the whole like taking a back seat to his own album. I don't get that claim because Drake also allowed the production to flourish over him.
Did Yachty not take a back seat to his album?
Well, Drake, you could argue. I just gave you an argument as to why Drake did the same thing in a certain way.
You mentioned one song. We did a whole review for Let's Start Here. We did a whole review for Let's Start Here, and we analyzed this. We went through the live album reaction. We took a couple of days to really understand the album, and we both came down. Not me. You and I both came down to the consensus that Yachty took a backseat to his own album, not only on the production side of things,
intentional
but also
choice,
on the feature.
though. Intentional choice.
So,
and I think that when you have Diana Gordon giving beautiful vocal performances, you want him to give her that time. Not only that, but again, looking at the low points, Drake singing on Falling Back, that falsetto, is absolutely horrendous.
I saw you vibing to that song the other weekend.
I was never vibing to it. It was falling back. Also, Currents, bro. You're going to tell me that a bet squeaking and Drake trying to seduce his lady is a good? That's an easy pass for me. Any day of the week.
My brother, you go through, let's start here. You definitely had those low points. You're talking about this like it's a dark side of the moon thing. And that's what I just never liked about your opinion with this album.
I never compared it to dark side of the moon, though.
I never
went there.
Said, oh my goodness, Yachty did this experimental thing.
Bro, are you okay?
It's just
Look like you're about to go cross-eyed.
It's just incredible. And I think that he's had this crazy... Dude, listen. At the end of the day, he's done something that everyone else has done, and he did it good. It was good. It was a good album. I think it was a good album. Do I think it's better than Honestly Nevermind? No, it's not for me in my rotation. Maybe I could have worded it better and said that, okay, maybe it's made more in my rotation or because of the way that it's aged or what's fell back into my rotation. Maybe I could have worded it better. But still, to this day, I don't think it's a better album.
I think Yachty's performance is better. The production is better. The sequencing, the whole idea and vision for the album was way more calculated, whereas Drake just threw in Jimmy Cook so randomly at the end. I get it. It was to lead into her loss, but it just didn't really fit that vibe of that track list. I just said it. I get what it led into, but I don't think it fit the vibe of the album.
But it's also had like a playlist format to a certain extent. It was meant to be played like that. It was meant to be a collection of songs played for the summer that ended up happening.
I don't think we're ever going to...
Listen, and at the end of the day, don't trust my word on it either. Jay Electronica called it a masterpiece, bro. You had J. Cole that really fucked with it too. You had the whole industry fucking with it.
The whole community, I think, knows that Let's Start Here is the better album, but that's up to you guys in the comments. The next take, though, is one of mine, and it's that Lollipop is actually a terrible song. Let's get into this. You know my controversial take on this, bro. I think Lollipop is hot garbage. I don't even want to spend time on.
Yeah, I don't even want to spend time on the take. You've talked about the auto-tune, like you've talked about it way too many times.
It just sounds so dated.
I just don't even care anymore. My skip is.
Yeah, so this is a take that I've had in multiple videos. I don't think that you're right in this. I think that when it comes to his auto-tune drenched vocals, they're absolutely sickening to me. And I think that like that's a sort of complaint that I have with a lot of Lil Wayne's output is like even looking at a recent song like God did, for example, on the Khaled album. The auto-tune sounds awful. I feel like it was a sound that was never really suitable for him, in my opinion. And the whole song of like the lollipop being a metaphor.
I'm gonna try you. I'm gonna try you on this next one, okay? We're gonna be at a chalet, we're gonna be at a house party, and I'm gonna purposely play Lollipop. I want to see you stand in a fucking corner with your face to the wall and not say a single word.
I never said that I won't vibe to it if I hear it in the club. But I'm saying that overall, as a song,
that's what I mean.
If I'm looking at it, if I'm looking at the song for quality or not, the vocals aren't good. The production hasn't aged that well, and it sounds like a song that a 12-year-old would make and perform to his class to make his friends laugh.
No.
She licked me like a lollipop.
What do you mean,
bro?
It's
so
an
childish.
iconic hook.
It's. I'm sorry. Like,
no, but that's what I'm just saying.
50 Cent did it better on Candy Shop, in my opinion.
But that's what
too.
I'm just gonna. Okay.
So, again, it's also derivative in that sense that 50 Cent did it first. But again, it is what it is.
What does that even mean? Everything stems from something, and just because he mentions lollipops doesn't fucking mean that he took it from 50 Cent.
It's a club banger as well. Like the whole idea for the song to me comes from that song.
Stop this. Okay, no, I just told you. Fine, okay. That's fine.
All right,
I'm gonna test you.
Put me in a chalet in whatever scenario you want.
When you're low-key under the influence, when you're intoxicated.
You see, so now there has to be a caveat. I have to be drunk to enjoy it.
You're at when you're most honest and vulnerable. Let's see what happens. Let's see if you're using that take again. I'm gonna play it live, and I'm gonna ask you, Lou, how do you feel about it now? You're going to be bobbing your head. You're going to be vibing, singing along to the lyrics. Oh, no, I'm sorry. No,
it's not a good song. There's no saving grace to it.
You know, production sucks. And then I'm going to see you vibing your head to it again. And then that's what's going to happen.
I love Carter 3. I just don't love this song. But let's move on to the next take. And this one...
This was surprising. Why did you guys say this?
Ant doesn't think that Dreams and Nightmares is a perfect song.
Okay, sorry. No, I was referencing the last one.
All right.
The next one for you
let's listen to this. Name you songs that are perfect, and I want you to stop me once you disagree. Starting off with Dreams and Nightmares by Meek Mill.
No, stop right there. What do you mean it's a perfect song?
Bro, what?
I don't think it's a perfect song.
Okay, bro. Okay, hold on. You always have to shit talk Dreams and Nightmares, which is an absolute anthem for Philly. He's rapping his ass off from the first second of that song.
The chorus is iconic. I get it, but like,
what's wrong with it, bro?
So, Come on. I'm not the biggest fan of the song. It never really.
Why aren't you a fan of it?
I'm just not a fan of like Meek Mill's cadence. Like I've never been a big fan of the way that he's rapped.
It's one thing to not be a Meek Mill fan, but to not be a fan of that song, that's straight up hating. Sorry, bro. Come on.
Hating if I don't enjoy the song all that much. I'm not saying. Okay, so this was interesting. This one was interesting. I'll tell you why. Okay. You asked me is it a perfect song?
Yes. Is it perfect?
It has to be.
Meaning, is it flawless? Can you pick out flaws?
Let me talk. So I had to answer that question. Is it a perfect song? I told you, due to Meek Mill's cadence, I'm not that big of a fan of the song. I'm not doubting that it's iconic. I understand why people absolutely love it. I just can't get into Meek Mill's voice. Even when you had asked me, name me a popular rapper that everyone loves, but that you can't seem to enjoy, I said Meek Mill. I'm just not a fan of his music.
My thing is that if you're not a fan of the voice, that means that automatically, because of his voice, no Meek Mill song, even that doesn't exist yet, that could come out in the future, can never be perfect to you. No. Is that what you're saying?
To a certain extent, yeah. Like example, like I have my exceptions. Like let's say a Blue Notes, for example, or let's say like an Offended, where it's a bit more subdued, he's a bit more concentrated.
Those are perfect to you?
I don't know. I'd have to like go through the songs. I haven't. But when you talk about Dreams and Nightmares, I understand why people fuck with it so much. I understand why.
One of the most quotable songs of the 2010s.
It's quotable. It's this and that.
An amazing two-part song with a crazy beat switch.
You understand what the word perfect means.
Like, absolutely. I know.
Perfect.
I know. You don't got to fucking spell it on your thumb so you can get the concept of it, bro. It's a flawless song, 2 parts, him sort of painting his rise to the top and then going into Nightmares and rapping about the blood, sweat, and tears that it took for him to get to the spot that he's at. You have violin sweeping in the beginning. You have this hardcore drum pattern towards the end. It's flawless by definition.
I think it was piano keys.
Piano keys and the violin as well. On the first half, yeah.
Anyways, regardless, I don't think it's a perfect song. As I said, I can't. I wish. Listen, guys, I'm sorry. It's not a fucking perfect song. I just not a fan of Meek Mill's voice like that.
Double time flows, some cadence switch ups.
Should I lie? Like, I don't know.
Listen,
next time I'm gonna lie.
No,
next time we'll lie.
At the end of the day, it comes down to your taste. But to me, it's a rapping performance that's better than 99% of the songs
and I'm
that came out in that decade.
I admit it. It's an anthem. It's iconic. I understand why people like it. It's not for me. It's not a perfect song.
All right, let's move on to one of my takes, and this is that Graduation is Kanye's best album and has no skips. Let's listen to this. Let's move on now to 2007's Graduation, which is my favorite Kanye West album, and I think could be a strong argument for the best. And by the way, guys, this is kind of a mixture of what we think is the best. So yeah, this was a controversial take, and I think that the whole take of like Graduation being his best is a bit more respectable. But I think when I said that it was skipless, that was a whole different story on its own, because of course you have Drunken Hot Girls on the track list, which a lot of people take issue with, and I think that lyrically it hasn't aged well. It's sort of like, it's a bit fucking irresponsible, bro, to be pursuing like drunk girls, and that's a big like part of the song. But musically, it's enjoyable to me. I'm not gonna lie to you. I really love The Bridge by Mos Def. I think it's a really cool singing performance from him. Seeing him out of his element was refreshing. And the Kanye hook sounds like unlike any other Kanye hook that I've ever heard.
Yeah, you could say that the content matter has aged poorly, but still.
And narratively for the album makes sense too. For the Graduation
sense. Yeah, it does play into the narrative of the album.
Do you think that it's skipless, and do you see issues with me saying that it's a skipless album?
I don't see issues with it. I mean, there's so many people that love the album and that say they enjoy Drunken Hot Girls. I mean, musically, you can't deny it. Like, it's a good song. And even at that, another one was Barry Bonds that I saw come up in a lot of comment sections. What's wrong with Barry Bonds? I've never had a problem with that song. A lot of people are like, oh, well, it was underwhelming and this and that. Well, that's your own expectations. Go back into this and, well, we have another hit, Barry fucking Bonds. So
absolutely,
that's a W in my books. But yeah, I never had a problem with this take, and I don't know why it came up so often. I just feel like people like to see the classic ones like the MBDTF and then
College Dropouts.
Yeah, that's my answer. So no, I have no problem with this one, but let's go on to the next one.
The next one we have is that Without Warning, placed above certain rap albums such as the Black Album, Astroworld, and Atrocity Exhibition. And I was really the one that was gunning for it to be in the perfect slot on our popular rap albums tier list. Let's check it out.
As long as you're comfortable saying that Without Warning is a better album than Get Rich or Die Trying and The Life of Pablo, then we'll put it there. You okay with that? I'll let you make that call.
But
I don't agree with
for what it is. To me, it's a flawless album. We're not talking about what's more impactful, what's more iconic. In terms of,
well, those are substantial things.
Tell me a flaw with the album, then.
Okay, listen, regardless of the flaws.
No, I'm asking you, though.
I'm asking you, though. Are you ready to put it over The Life of Pablo and Get Rich or Die Trying? If you say yes, we'll put it.
Yeah, Richard Die Trying's on the perfect category, by the way.
Oh, it's true. Yeah, my bad. We put that there. But
yeah.
even, okay, The Life of
Pablo. It's a flawless album to me.
You put it over The Life of Pablo.
Yes, I would. All right, so that's obviously a hot take that I think that Without Warning is
really. But
you
see, I was questioning you with it.
You were.
And I'm still like, no, not over the Black Album and Astral. Like that's, you see, it's not a good take.
My whole approach with that is that like when I look at certain albums, for example, like A Life of Pablo or like a Black Album, for example, there's certain like songs that I can pinpoint not enjoying as much. When I go to Without Warning, to me, this is a genre-defining album for the trap scene. You're getting top-of-the-line features from Travis Scott and Quavo. You're getting that mafioso persona perfectly portrayed by 21 Savage. Offset is giving you some of the most refreshing, cold-blooded flows of his career. And in retrospect, like obviously, it's tough to say that Without Warning is a more impactful album than Atrocity Exhibition and some other ones. And I do think that Atrocity Exhibition is a better album. I do regret not putting that into Perfect, so I will take that back because I think we should have rated that one higher. But my opinion hasn't changed in the sense that I can't really pinpoint any flaws for Without Warning.
There is I'm not going to say that there's a dip off in the track list, but I love songs like Mad Stalkers, for example.
Banger.
But you do see that, like, I don't think they maybe gear up towards like a Ghostface Killer, for example, or a Rap Save Me. So you do see that like maybe there is like a certain like, okay. But I mean, that's just me nitpicking. I just think it was more of the fact of you putting it
over those albums.
And that's why I'm like, bro, are you sure you want to do this? Like, are you? And you said it. So I mean,
to me, yeah, it would have gotten a perfect rating if we were to review it in 2023.
Yeah, if we had to do a review
10 on 10, perfect rating to me. But yeah, let's go on with the last one that we have today. And this is a funny one. This is Ant messing with that Kodak verse on Drowning. Let's check this one out. The shit, I'm farting. I don't know how to potty. Bro, that's bars to you?
But listen, I'm okay with that. Like, take Kodak Black out of that song.
That
it's
verse,
not doing
that
what
verse
it's doing.
is doo-doo, bro. Like, I'm sorry. It's
really
not good.
It's
bro.
not doo-doo, though.
It's really not good.
It's
listen,
a great
Ain't
verse.
Boogie with the hoodie, I get it. The whole metaphor of him drowning, it's a bit played out, but it is cool the
I'm
way
in
that
this fountain, I'm drowning.
I get it,
you
bro.
know, like
I get it's a cliche, but the way
the
that
whole song's a cliche. It is, the whole song is a cliche.
Absolutely. But honestly, I don't know. I think you must have been listening to this song wrong all along, bro. Like, you can't believe that's a good verse. Like, I think you came back and said that you changed your opinion, seeing that Kodak didn't carry it, but you still found that you had the better parts in the song.
Yeah, I still do. I still love that Kodak verse. I don't give a fuck.
I think you're the only person on the planet to think that, but it's your take.
I saw some. Listen, I saw some people giving me some W's for that one. Don't worry. We're not a large boat, but we're a boat. And listen, at the end of the day, I've bumped this song so many different times, and I never had a problem with the Kodak verse. I never sat through that Kodak verse and was like, "Oh, this is hot garbage." If that was the case, I wouldn't have bumped the song. Like, that's just the way that I feel about it. I mean, yeah, like, you could go through the lyrics and pull out the immature bars. I get it. It is what it is. But how many different rappers have immature like lyrics for the music now?
That was part of it, but it's also like the sleepy energy, the offbeat flows at times.
That's Kodak.
You can't make that excuse. That's Kodak.
But he does it so well. But he doesn't do it well. That slurred out delivery, him being smooth
awful.
and him being bouncy. I love Kodak for that. So no, I
think it's one of the worst features of the 2010s. Probably the worst feature of Kodak's career, in my opinion. But that's the fucking beauty of music, guys, that we all have different tastes at the end of the day. But let us know which other takes we should bring in if we were to do this a second time. Thank you guys so much for watching this. If you enjoyed this and you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys, and we'll catch you next time. Peace.